Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel, and I am here with my husband, Philip. It has been a long time since he has made an appearance on my channel, so thank you so much for coming on. And we're going to be discussing quality control with records. He's going to give me his honest feedback about the problems we've been having with records that come in slightly damaged and so on. I also am going to be discussing where I have actually had to give a negative feedback on eBay for the very first time. It's something I've never wanted to do. And we also have another little cool surprise coming up. So if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell. Everything you do helps my channel to grow. So Philip, I just want to show you this one record that I received. He has already seen it, of course. But this is a record that I ordered. Actually, I had it on pre-order for probably a good year. It's a record I had been wanting in the collection. And it took a wonderful trip around the whole US of A. And it came in just what I call so-so condition. It's an incredible record by Miles Davis, Feliz de Kilimanjaro. And I have been wanting this record for so long. I hope I pronounced it right. I hope so. You can correct me. You usually do on the comments below. But anyway, it's a fantastic record. I would say this one reminds me, it's kind of an in-between of In a Silent Way, which is my favorite Miles Davis record, and Bitches Brew. It has its free jazz moments, but I just think it's a really good record. So I'm very happy to have it. But like I said, it took a trip around the USA, and it got a little beat up along the way. Has a pretty good little, you can see the corner got pretty dinged. There are some seam split issues. Oh, and my copy, just in case you want to know, is 3,837, because a lot of you like to see that kind of thing. Great record. Sounds great. When I first played it, there were a few pops initially, but it got a lot better and cleaned up very well. But you know, this was a $60 record. Now, I wouldn't say it's probably Mobile Fidelity's fault because it got shipped to so many places. And obviously, I could see when I got the box, the corner had a ding in it. But, having a few pops, having the seam split, having a little place here, I mean, is that really acceptable for a brand new record? Because if someone were to buy this from me right now, as is, they wouldn't pay full price. So I receive a record that I pay full price for, and I receive it, automatically goes down to a VG plus. And I just want to know, am I being too picky when it comes to these records? Should they come in perfect condition? Whose fault is this, is what I want to know. What do you think?
Yours, for being a record collector. I mean, I can go both ways on this. I mean, it depends kind of, do you collect to listen to the music?
You know I do.
Or do you collect to collect and resell? So if you're collecting and you're not planning on reselling it, I don't know what I'd worry about the ding. But I tell you what would take me off, because we listened to this together when it first came in. There, to me, were some significant pops, some scratches that I don't think will come out with the cleaning.
Oh, really? Okay.
And that, to me, is unacceptable, because that is Mobile Fidelity's fault. That did not get damaged, that vinyl, in shipping. But I mean, if you're collecting for collectability, would that ding be acceptable? No. I mean, would you buy a car that had a big scratch in the door?
That's right.
No, I don't think you would.
No, I agree. It's frustrating. It is partly the Postal Service fault, because it didn't need to go the route it went, and the people who handled it obviously abused it. Mobile Fidelity could maybe improve its packaging a little bit, but I might have to get a hold of them and let them know this record has a lot of pops. Maybe they will trade out the record itself with me.
So the frustrating part about record collecting these days, this is from my perspective, because I don't collect, but if I was a collector, you may not be able to get another one.
I know, yes.
You buy something that's damaged, by the time you do it, it's gone. Oh, sorry. Now, Mobile Fidelity, it seems like, holds a few back, but I don't think other people do. But
that's true. And I might have to say something like, look, it has seam splits, a corner ding, and pops. Maybe I should get a new record or a refund.
I would.
I hate to get a refund because I really wanted that record, but, yeah.
Maybe they can send you new vinyl, but I just hate listening to vinyl with any cracks and pops.
Not as significant as what we heard on there. I will give it a thorough cleaning, see if that helps, and if not, I will get a hold of them. All right, so moving on, I had to give my first eBay negative feedback recently, and I've never done that before. I don't want to do it. Some people sell on eBay and they need the positive feedback. They need the high numbers. I personally won't buy from a seller if they have a low number, even if it's in the 90 something percentile. It's got to be near 100. But I bought a record that I've been wanting for a long time. This is a copy I already have, so I don't need it. This is Odyssey and Oracle by the Zombies. I have a beautiful second pressing as well as this Big Beat 30th anniversary pressing of it. It is a dream of mine to have a first pressing, and I bid and won an eBay auction. But when I got it, it had water damage on the back, which they did disclose, but it also had water damage on the front that they did not disclose. It didn't show up in the picture, but it was very obvious when you see it in person. The texture was all messed up on it. And the front of this album is obviously one you want to look really good. And the sound quality, they described it as in playing great. Did you think that record played great?
Well, the first side we listened to, no. It had a lot of pops and ticks, but the second side, when it skipped,
yeah,
I guess the scratches and pops are subjective, but
yeah.
when a record skips, now I know every record player is different, and it may not skip on some, it may on others, but obviously you have a nice turntable, it's set up correctly, the anti-skate set right, the tone arm pressure set correctly. I did that myself, so I know it's set up right, and it still skipped.
Right.
That's not acceptable.
Well, it wasn't to me. So I decided to return the record. I've never returned an eBay record or anything from eBay that I've ever bought. I returned it based on the price, the description, and the fact that it skipped. You can't tell me it plays great when it skips. But if they would have just returned my money, I would have just not left any feedback at all. But they were so rude to me and insulting because, well, like they said, I'm going to give you a refund because eBay policy, but I stand by what I have. It didn't skip. And by the way, you need to just stick to CDs.
And he told you to never buy from him again.
And never buy from me again, which no problem, not going to do it. So I just told him, I said, look, I really wanted this record. It is a dream to have in my collection. Had it not skipped, I probably just would have sucked it up and kept the record. But I won't listen to a record that skips, so it had to go back. And he got it I sent it off the very next day. I packaged it well. He got it within just a few days. He sent me another message just saying, let me see, I wrote it down. For your information, played that cut on 2 different turntables and did not skip once. I'm not familiar with your brand, but maybe you need it checked. So I just thought the rudeness factor of it is what I went ahead and gave him a negative feedback. I'm saying him, it could have been a female, but for some reason I just picture a cranky old guy who didn't really understand why I didn't like that, particular record.
And I would have even given him positive feedback if he would have just taken it back and said, hey, sorry about that, and better luck next time. But I probably can't use 4-letter words on here, but he was a jerk. That guy was an absolute
That's a 4-letter word you can use. That's fine.
All right.
It was just a very bad experience, and I guess my point would be, if you do sell records on eBay, and I wish the guy well. I hope that he continues to sell records. I don't want to mess up somebody's living and hurt them. But if you do come across someone that makes you mad, write what you want to say and then just delete it. Don't send it to the person because it cost him greatly. So anyway,
she's nicer than me. I would name the guy and everything, but
I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it was a very disappointing experience. But I will say this, I'm kind of over having a first pressing of it now, because every time I think I'm about to get one, it just gets yanked out. But I do have 2 great sounding pressings, so I'm not actively pursuing that record anymore. Yeah.
Win-win. All right.
So now I want to talk to you also. Last Friday, I made a video with Mazzy, and I thought it was a very fun video. We talked about music that makes us feel good, records that we enjoy listening to, and I thought it was a good video. It was a long video, and if you haven't seen it yet, please check it out and subscribe to Mazzy, the Norman Maslov channel. We had a lot of fun. I asked Philip, I said, will you sit with me and just watch it for a few minutes? He ended up watching the whole video, so he thought it was pretty entertaining too. But what I wanted to ask Philip now is to show me some records that he finds in my collection that make him feel good, what he loves to listen to. So if you wouldn't mind showing some of the records that you really enjoy.
Don't be looking at my stack.
I'm not looking.
You
Because here in a little bit, he's also going to be showing me some records that when he sees them, he runs for the hills. Or when he knows I'm about to play them, he just doesn't want to listen to them. He takes off. So, okay.
There's a lot of those.
Oh, okay.
So this one won't surprise anybody that's seen me on here before, but the Miles Davis kind of blue, that's kind of a jazz introduction and standard. And that's just a really good album. It's, you know, really it's fun. It's upbeat. To me, it's relaxing.
It is.
A lot of times we'll sit out by the fire and listen to some jazz. And
it's got an incredible cast of players on here too. John Coltrane, Bill Evans, just incredible players. So yeah, we enjoy that one a lot.
All right, is that it?
On that one, yeah.
All right, next. And I always tell her, don't buy vinyl for me because I'm not a vinyl collector. It's convenient for me to stream or whatever, but
right.
She loves it. I support it, as all you know. But this is one she did buy. She didn't listen to me. Diana Krall, she bought that specifically for me, Turn Up the Quiet. That album is done so well in vinyl, and her voice is just amazing. It's really buttery smooth and just, It's amazing. So we actually put that on by the fire the other night. Mm-hmm. Might tie into a story we have later.
Yeah, this is a great record, and I'm telling you, this sounds like an audiophile, expensive record, and it's not. If you like jazz, you want to hear some jazz with some vocals, I highly recommend this one. I think Diana Krall is fantastic, and maybe we have to maybe buy a few more records from her because I think she's fantastic.
All right, the next one, this might surprise you. Golden Earring.
Oh, yeah.
Moontan.
Oh, yeah.
I think the other cover's better.
That might be true.
This has, what's the main song on here?
What is, I'm blanking out too, but I know what it is. Let's see.
Radio Love? No.
Yeah, that's something like that, yeah.
No.
Yeah, Radar Love.
Radar Love.
Close.
Anyway, I love the song so much I can't think of the name. No, that's actually a really cool song. It's a good album, and when it comes on, I like it.
Yeah, I love them. I love Golden Earring. I think they're a very underrated band, and that is a really great record. And so I agree.
And then that one might surprise you too.
I'm very surprised.
This is
Stone Temple Pilots.
Yep, Stone Temple Pilots. I couldn't think
Purple.
of it. Purple.
Yeah.
And it has the Interstate Love Song.
Yeah.
Is a really good song. I really enjoy listening to that. And that's a lot of fun. And I enjoy that album too. She got that for a really good deal. We went in at like $8 or something I think she talked about it on a previous
video. It's an
video.
Original on purple vinyl for $8. That's one of my best finds
recently. We found that
recently.
at an antique store out in the middle of nowhere, and somebody had brought in a collection. She got a lot of stuff there that day.
And you just don't find those kind of deals anymore. Now that there's so many people in collecting, you just don't find killer deals like that. So that was a great surprise.
All right. So for the length of the video, I stopped it at that for now. So that's the ones I enjoy. That was 4, I think. Okay. So you can go on to your next segment.
Yeah, the next segment, I thought, I wanted him to show me some records that makes him feel good. And then sometimes when I'm downstairs and I'm already playing music, he might start walking down the steps, and then he's like, nope. And he takes back off.
Have 1 or 2 of these.
Have 1 or 2 of those. Maybe he'll watch the Gold Rush. That's one of his favorite shows. He just doesn't want to hear certain albums. There's certain bands that just grate on his nerves. And so I don't know what he's going to show either. So,
all right. So I didn't pick a couple of the obvious. Those of you who have been on the channel when I've been on here before, you know I do not like Queen and I do not like Rush. So that's just a given. We didn't pick any of those albums this time.
Okay. Fair enough.
So this will be fun. Now you guys are going to be surprised by this because I started out with a Miles Davis album on the what I like, and I'm going to start out with on the dislike. When he got on drugs, he kind of lost me. So, no, the real story is, and I'm sure he was just being more artistic and trying to venture out. But my life and my brain is too structured for stuff like this. And
it's too free.
That unstructured and free jazz, I can't hardly do it. I'm like, okay, pick a key.
So Miles Davis Bitches Brew is not your it's not your brew. It's not your thing.
No, it's not.
It is too free jazz, and he's more structured, so I get it. And I'm not a big free jazz fan, but I listened to that for several times, and it just finally spoke to me, and I really do like that one. So, okay, what else?
Sorry, I had my albums out of order here. So this one, basically I could pick up a stack this thick. I do not like Bob Dylan. I have tried and tried and tried. I do not like his voice. I don't think he'd carry a tune in a bucket. I get that he wrote a ton of songs. He's like famous for other people covering his songs, but I think it's like, I can do better than that if he got that popular. I don't get it. His inflection at the end of every stanza just drives me crazy where it goes high. It's like talking to a teenage girl that raises her voice at the end of it.
Yeah, I understand that. No, I have. And it took me a while to get there, but I now love Bob Dylan.
But to be fair, like you drugged me to that Bob Dylan concert, right?
I didn't drag you, but yeah. Kind of, I guess.
Everybody I've told that goes to that concert are like, oh, that's cool, you got to see Bob Dylan. Yes. And almost without fail, they like, in parentheses, are like, that guy can't sing worth a crap, but he's a legend. So a story about Bob Dylan. So she's really trying to get me to like him. And so normally when we're sitting out by the fireplace, having a little bourbon. We live in Kentucky. You have to like bourbon or they kick you out of the state. That's just how it goes. And so normally she'll say, hey, you want to listen to something? I'll be like, yeah. She's like, what do you want to listen to? I'm like, I don't know, pick something. And normally I don't. I just say, hey, whatever you want to listen to, honey. And she knows what I don't like. And sometimes she'll put on Bob Dylan or something. But most of the time she tries to steer away from that for me. So the other night we're sitting out there and I picked 2 albums. I set them out. Both of them were double albums, I think. And the first side of the first one played. And she's like, well, hang on. I want you to listen to something. I got something new. I want you to listen to this. I think you'll really like it. I'm like, okay. So I finally picked something and she's not going to let me pick.
Oh, no.
She puts this crap on.
Oh.
She's like, but it's Bob Dylan singing standards. I'm like, well, why don't you listen to somebody who can sing?
No.
Put on Frank Sinatra or whoever. Put on... what's her name? What's her name? We got a standards album of hers. I'll think of it in a minute.
I don't know,
right. But put on somebody who can sing in standards.
This guy can sing. It's a beautiful record. It is a fine bourbon voice, I'm telling you.
Oh, please.
It is an aged perfection voice. And I really love this. And I really love this record too. I've just really come to enjoy his music. It speaks to me. I love it. With God on Our Side, the Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. There's another one on here that's so great. It's such a great record, and I've just really love Bob Dylan. And that triplicate is him singing wonderful standards. And A Cozy Fire and his voice. It's just, it doesn't get any better than that.
Who I was trying to think, like Linda Ronstadt. We have a great triplicate album.
That's right, yes.
So put on somebody, if you want old songs, don't force yourself to listen to somebody who can't sing. Put on somebody who can sing.
I forgot about the Linda Ronstadt, and she was fantastic. She is a great singer. And I know that he's not for everybody, but I just can't imagine, you don't like the song Like a Rolling Stone. I just think
all right, so don't unsubscribe to her because of my nonsense, but that's just me. And then the last unlike I have, if she puts on Kiss and I come down the stairs from work, I work at home. If I come down from my office and this is on anything by Kiss, I just turn around and I go watch The Boys or Gold Rush or something, anything.
Yeah. Well, I love Kiss, obviously, and I know they're not for everybody. I have a few people who watch my channel that do not like Kiss, and I have several who love Kiss. So
It's just
I
like
them.
it's like they found a 10th grader's book of poems and they try and sing to them.
I don't think so. I think Paul Stanley wrote some really, really great songs. I think every once in a while Gene Simmons came through too. Ace wrote some good songs, and I really like them.
Just not my jam, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm gonna get to see them in the fall, maybe.
Without me, can you believe that? He's going to go see Kiss, and he's not bringing me. So leave your comments below about that, because
I'm not going to see Kiss. I'm going to a music festival that a good friend of mine invited me to. Maybe.
Yeah, that I'm not invited to. But oh well, that's just for another video. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming on and giving your honest feedback, even though there are some things I really don't want to hear. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell. Leave your comments below about maybe some music you really don't care for, that you don't enjoy. Let me know what you think about the quality control that's going on. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.